monsters, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making this. Oh, whoa, back it up, hold on, let me back it up, boo. We're getting ahead of ourselves right here. First of all, remember in a previous tutorial that we made, a tutorial on the altered eggs. Well, we just made the altered eggs and y'all didn't know what I was going to use those eggs for, right? But I was going to make a little arrangement for one of my little end tables, Easter, arrangement. So it's kind of like an Easter decoration. So we're going to start with the Easter decorations. Hey, you notice how slowly I'm throwing those in. Anyhow, we're wasting time. So this is what we will be making today. How adorable is this, right? So these are the eggs. Well, sorry. These are the eggs that we made in the previous tutorial, okay? These little suckers right here. These little glittered eggs that are in between, those were just purchased. This wooden drum, I call it a wooden drum, but it was, hollow in there. But anyway, this I purchased it at the Joann's. Now, Joann's had this in the clearance, and I went back because I said to myself, I go, you're gonna need another one for the other little end table because you have two little end tables. I go, so you're gonna need one for that one. And so when I went back, I couldn't find it. Then I totally went on to search mode. So then I went to Michael's, and Michael's didn't have any, and then I went to Zihobelobes, and I went to Zihobelobes because I thought, okay, well, they have a big selection of Z wood, right? And no, they didn't have any of these like this. So they had some little box tray ones, some little mini ones that I purchased because I thought they were really cute. So I purchased those, and I'm going to just make a few out of those. But anyway, in this tutorial, we're going to be making this one. Now, this was a natural wood color. It was like, the light brown. Is that the color? I don't even know. But anyway, it was a natural wood color, and we went ahead and slapped it on with 2 layers of colors so that we get this little distressed look. And so we're going to go ahead and show you how we get this little distressed look. Then we're going to throw on this ribbon, throw on a few little flowers and all that stuff, and just, call it a day, Bobo. And we're going to make this adorable little Easter decoration. How cute is this? All right, so I know you guys want to get down and dirty, so let's not waste any more time and let's get down and dirty with the crafting, and I will see you in a bit. Hola, hola, my little crafting monsters. So right here we are going to be using some paint, some ribbon, this little wooden, I'm going to call it a little bowl. I kept saying a drum, but it's a bowl. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add some gray paint and then some touches of this navy blue, because I kind of want to give it more than just a gray look. I want it to have kind of a little bit of a different tint to it. We're going to lay down this paper and go ahead and just paint this whole entire little bowl or drum, whatever you want to call it. So just make sure you mix all the colors right. And then just go ahead and paint this little bad boy. I'm only going to give it a 1 coat, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I cover the whole entire surface. I'm going to just focus really on the inside, the sides, and the outside. I'm not really going to paint the bottom part of this little drum, but I am going to focus a lot on the inside and on the outside part of it. And so once you get this little guy coated with a nice coat of paint, go ahead and let him dry. And then after he's dry, we're going to go ahead and slap on some white paint on this little bad boy. And then you guys are going to notice how we're going to go ahead and do that distress look. I'm just making sure right here that I don't have any little parts dripping or anything like that. So this is the part that's already dried. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my white paint, and I'm going to slap on a pretty heavy coat. Like, I want this coat to be the only coat, and I also wanted to coat the whole entire surface. So I'm going to put this on pretty heavy, and then I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out with my paintbrush as I get all the paint on the whole entire bowl. And then I'm also going to do that little rim on the inside, but I'm not going to do the actual inside of the drum. The inside of the drum, I want to keep it gray. And the reason why you only want to do one coat of this, but you want to go ahead and make sure that it's full coverage, is because we're going to use a sandpaper to basically take off some of the white paint. So, you know, you don't want to put too many coats of white paint because you're going to do a lot of sanding. And so right here, we're already dried. We're going to cut off a little piece of this sandpaper. The sandpaper, I purchased it at Walmart. And just go ahead and cut off a little piece and just go ahead and start sanding little areas that you want to take off some of the white paint. But make sure that you don't do it too much, because then you're going to go too deep and you're going to actually expose the actual wood. Right here, you just want to go deep enough to where you're just going to show that first layer of paint, the gray paint that we painted. You just want that to show so that it basically looks kind of like a distressed wood. And then go ahead and just make sure that you get all the little dust particles off. I'm going to use a little wipey to wipe down all of these little dust particles from the sanding, because it's all just basically dried paint. And I always use these papers because it's so easy to clean them up. Just crumble up the paper and toss it. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and get this ribbon that we purchased from Z Dollar Tree. And we're going to go ahead and just measure around. And then I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that little bad boy into place so that it doesn't move around. And then in the very front of this little bad boy, we're going to go ahead and make a bow with our 10-second bow maker. And so right here, I'm just adjusting to see how big of a bow I want to make. And so that was perfect. Go ahead and trim him. And then we're going to go ahead and use our little washi trimmer to do the ends of this little bow, because we definitely want the little fishtails. We don't want it to just be, you know, in an angle. I want little fishtails. So go ahead and just use your little washi chopper or use your little scissors, whatever it is that you have on hand. And then we're going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and fix this ribbon down. I'm going to try to see which is the front. So I'm going to start here because this is going to be the front part. And the reason why we're going to make that the front part is because nobody's going to see that seam, because we're going to use a lot of little decorations to basically hide that seam. So this is why we're starting in the front. So go ahead and just close your ribbon like we are doing here. And then you just go ahead and attach your bow. And then once you attach your bow, then you can go ahead and start decorating all of your little flowers or whatever it is that you're going to add. In this case, we're going to add some paper roses. And so right here, I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to use 3 of them. So I'm going to put my bow here. I'm going to put 2 in the bottom and 1 on the top. And then obviously we're going to add some greenery as well, because you definitely want to use some greenery. You don't want to just leave the flowers like that. I mean, every flower has green. So this little greenery is like this little, I want to say like it's a tile looking thing. And I purchased that at the 99-cent store. And so all I do is I just cut off all these little branches and I just use them as greenery on different projects. You guys have probably seen me use this before. So once we have this little guy put together, then all we're going to do is just fill this little guy in with some of this little, I don't know, like this basket filler, I guess. I don't know what it's called. And then just go ahead and arrange your little eggs however you want to arrange them. Wherever it is that the eggs are touching, whether they be touching to themselves or they touch the actual little bow,
I'm going to go ahead and add hot glue to that area just so that all of this little eggs and everything that I'm adding to this actual bow is going to be glued down and it's going to be secured. So you're going to notice that none of these little items will be moving after we place these. And the reason for that is because it's a decor and you don't want it to be basically moving around anyway. So that's what we're doing, boo boo. We are gluing these little bad boys down so that they don't move. And this is going to be a permanent little decoration that you can go ahead and put away until the next year for Easter. And this could be your little decoration year after year. And it's going to be something that you made yourself. And that's freaking adorable. So these are the little glitter eggs that we purchased at the 99-cent store. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use these little bad boys as little fillers here and there. And that's just to give it, like that extra little color and that little Easter feel because you definitely want to make it feel like Easter. And I'm just going to go ahead and secure these down with the hot glue all around this little area. And if you notice that little filler, that basket filler, every time there's a strand sticking out, I just cut it. Instead of trying to pull it, just cut it. Because I'm telling you, sometimes there are long strands and you'll be pulling and pulling and pulling, and then you might pull all the other stuff out. So just cut it. So basically, this is it. I think this is where we're going to go ahead and stop. And so this is the little bad boy. How cute is he, right? And so he's permanently fixed and he's not going to go anywhere.
Back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make this little bad boy right here. I mean, it was 1, 2, and 3, mijo. That's all it took, and you got this little bad boy right here. So it was super, super easy. I hope that inspired you guys to make a little creative Easter decor for your home, to set on a little corner or something cute, something cute, boo boo. So I hope that inspired you guys to make something like this. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Whoa, focus, boo-boo. Focus. You're always getting out of focus sometimes. I don't understand. I really don't. But anyway, like I was saying, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. And I hope y'all are subscribers, but if you're not, boo-boo, if you're not, go ahead and hit that button right now and hit the like as well as that little notification because you could get notified every time I upload a video. You do not want to be missing out on this, boo-boo. You really, really don't. So that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Goodbye.